So I haven't been sharing much of any of these books. I have completely edited at least three um, portions of this book. Um, I'm on my fourth one. I am about halfway through, to be completely honest. Hopefully, I will be able to finish this today. And then from there, the last book that I have to edit is The Art of Effective Communication. But I got to listen to it to make sure that it was complete, because there was one book that I was unsure if I needed to add it more to the ending based on experience that I had after writing the book, the portion that is done. So I may either sit here at this desk with the new mic that I get and try to finish that book if there is more to do, or I may create another book to add on to, because there are some things that I've learned about communication since I did this. And one of the main things that I have learned is based on your level of receiving, because just because something is communicated does not mean that you are open and willing to receive it. It doesn't mean that you want to take it on, does not mean that you want to entertain it. Like, I can say and make attempts to do all the things in my mind to do, but unless it is received by those who are supposed to do it with me, or those that I ask to accompany me, then it doesn't matter what I am saying that I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, it doesn't even matter what I get accomplished if nobody wants to accompany me. They don't receive the notion that it's something worth accompanying, or that they is something to gain. Now, you should not be fooling with people that's doing something just because they see the gain of it. They should want to do it because they want to see the progress and the growth within themselves, for themselves, by themselves, even if it's established with you. So I am this is easy. If I'm open to dating, or if I'm open to exchanging information with people, or if I'm open to talking and get to knowing and becoming acquainted with people, then I'm open to it. But I'm only going to receive conversation that I'm receptive to. I'm not receptive to yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo. I'm not accepted to passive shit that people do to try to get your attention, to get you to say something to them so they can say what they really want to say to you. I'm more receptive to, hey, excuse me, how are you doing? May I make your acquaintance? Can I get it? Can I talk to you for a second so I can get to know you? Something like that. I'm not receptive to people that lead with "you look sexy" or "hey sexy," because in my mind, that's the first thing you're thinking about, especially if we haven't had a conversation where you know that my mind is as sexy as my body. So what you are open to does not always mean that you're receptive to everything that comes your way. It doesn't mean that even if you're receptive, like, even if I stop and I got a nigga number and I talk to him or whatever the case may be in that moment. That doesn't mean that after that moment is over, I'm receptive to entertaining by calling, by making plans, by meeting up, especially in a environment where it would make me put me in a position to compromise the celibacy that I have been holding on to. Now, and I did want to talk about that because I also wanted to say one of the ways that celibacy works, not just for me, I'm sure, but for anybody that is celibate, desiring to practice celibacy, those that have been doing celibacy or tried it but failed. The biggest thing that I've learned about being celibate is making sure that you do not put yourself in compromising situations. That means that I'm not going out with no nigga in no type of circumstances where I might be tempted to fuck, even though I ain't trying to fuck. That to me doesn't make sense. That does not mean that I don't have self-control. It does not mean that I am scary or anything like that. It means that I am protecting what it is that I'm saying that I'm working on or trying to do by not compromising the integrity of even setting myself up like that. Like, why even put myself in a position like, why would I go do something that would potentially compromise my integrity if I already know that situation, even if I don't do nothing, the appearance of evil will compromise my integrity, because I already know what type of environment and the situation that the person is trying to, where they're leading to. I'm not, and trust me, over my years, I have gone over several people's guys' house, and they cook for me and they try to pamper me and then they try to get fresh. And I'm like, sorry, bud, we're not doing that. But I've also learned to not even put myself in a situation to where if they wanted to harm me because I'm not receptive to their advances, they would be able to harm me. No, I'm not saying that like, oh, every nigga's gonna try to do something to you. No, I've met some really nice guys. I've met some really integral guys that if they try to push up on me and I say, nah, I'm cool, it be cool, but they be ready to drop my ass off because I ain't fucking. So, but the goal is to not put myself in those situations to begin with, especially when I'm gung-ho about celibacy. When I wasn't gung-ho about celibacy, I just wouldn't, I would make myself more open and available to the opportunity of somebody getting close to me intimately, because I would put myself in situations to where if I knew they went a certain, if they did, too much, that, it might be a turn up. But I also knew not to, like, I don't take my clothes off at guys' house just because they think I'm spending the night. I don't lay in no nigga's bed, especially with my clothes off, if I know I ain't fucking, Like, I'm not even going to get no massage by a nigga that I might fuck, because I know my pussy get wet. And why even tempt myself like that? Why even put myself in a situation where somebody else might be tempted to even take the chance to say, would she like it if I did? Because I've just grown to know that it's better to protect myself and protect my innocence and know what I am receptive to, know what I would fall to. Like, I could go out on a date today and be cool. I can invite a nigga over to my house today and be cool and not even think about fucking. But for me now, it's Is that nigga gonna be obsessed and be trying to pop up over my house and shit? Is he gonna be a creep and, you know what I'm saying, be trying to see what niggas steal or something from my house? And all guys aren't like that, but I've become so protective over my sanctuary that I just don't let people in like that. And then I don't like to regret showing somebody where I live like that. So the biggest thing for celibacy, and I know this kind of have gone a little couple of different ways, is for me is not making myself available to shit that I know that I can't resist. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some shit that I know I can't resist. It's some motherfucking shit that I know that as soon as that thing get to flowing, you know, I'm gonna be ready to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, in my household, the best way to counteract that is to make sure I set myself aside, is to put myself in a position to where I'm not even giving a chance for a nigga to rub up on me like that so I could get wet and be like, hey, what up? And this is gonna be funny as fuck. These conversations are funny to me kind of because I know what I like. I know what I want. I know what I'm into so much that I know what I would be like, nigga, come on, let's do this. Like, what are you waiting on, baby? Let's go. I know. I'm so serious. I know the situations. I know the type of guys that I'm interested in. I know the type of size I'm interested in. I know if a person has the right type of mindset and a certain level of dominance, I don't want to say aggression, but there's a certain type of boldness that I'm like, damn, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. But why would I put myself into that situation if I know that I don't want to open up my legs and, you know, really go the distance with that person? And I don't want to play around because niggas be crazy if you get some good. You know what I'm saying? They be stalking you. They won't leave you alone. They will see you and run up on you. They will try to snatch you up. They will try to beat you up. They will lie on you if you won't give them no pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have experienced, I've had guys that be mad at me because I wouldn't fuck them. Like, they would, like, we would be cool, everything would be cool, and as soon as I be like, nah, I ain't really trying to fuck, they always treat me like, you know what I'm saying, something wrong with me. So I'm saying, in order to protect what it is that is sacred to me, and I'm not celibate because of any religious beliefs or anything like that, but I just know what I want. I know what makes my coochie wet. I know what makes me dripping. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is the funny part because I don't entertain or try to watch anything that would make me want to have sex. Now, you can judge me when I say what I'm about to say next, but I don't give a fuck. Like, even if I watch girl on girl action, that shit, it may turn me on because it's some crazy ass freak shit that looks interesting, but because that is not what I want primarily, like, that's not like, I'm not going out looking for no pussy. That shit does nothing for me. Like, that don't make me want to have sex. It don't make me want to do anything extra because I know that I'm not going out looking for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I watch, you know what I'm saying, regular intercourse, then I'm going to be like, damn, I miss how that feel. I miss that throbbing vein thing and that tight grip that don't slip. You know what I'm saying? I miss it. Listen, if I see enough of what I love, I'm going to miss it so much that I'm going to go out and find it and get it. And it might not matter who it's attached to, because I have an addiction where I get the feeling it, like where I just need it, where I just want it, where I can't do nothing but think nothing but it. Like, that's what sex is for me. So I don't watch things that I know I would go out and do myself. Like, I ain't going and picking up nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know that if I see something that I like in a man, and I get the flirting and being real, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying? But aside from that, like, and the reason why I said you might judge me for it, because I can go and I can watch a lot of shit, but as long as it don't make me want to go and actively seek having sex, then I'm cool. Turn me on, but don't turn me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't tease me if you can't please me, motherfucker. But the whole purpose of that little part was I can be in a lot of situations. I can be around a lot of different environments, even those that I am not into or necessarily comfortable with. I'm not going to put myself in a position to where I'm going to get turned out, like, ever. And I don't put my hope so much into, I don't want to say the promises. I don't put my hope into so much of the hypotheticals that I don't appreciate what I have going on now. In addition to, I'm not going to allow myself to be hurt by a hypothetical when I can allow things to unfold into what they're supposed to be, so that they can really be the manifestation of a dream come true. And I say that because a lot of different things go on. A lot of different people assume based on what goes on. But there's a particular way in which I move. There's a particular way in which I do things that I ensure that I reach the goals and stay on track without any distractions for a reason. So I know what I'm susceptible to. I know what I can handle. I know what I really want. I know that what I'm willing to do, and I know what I won't compromise just to be or look cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I was really getting on here so that I could share with you some of the book, because I haven't been sharing much, but I am on, I don't even know which part I'm on. I think it's about the company you keep. It's section 3, I believe, or section 4. But when the content comes on, hopefully you'll be able to get the grasp what it's saying, and it will be able to help you grow, and maybe it will coincide with what I said, so that you can get a better understanding of where my mindset is. Like, last thing before I go ahead and play this, my goal is not to make people think like me. My goal is not to make clones of myself. My goal is to help people to be able to think for themselves through what they know through their own life experiences, through what they can be taught through the course and the path and the plan that they're living, and then for that to enlarge the scope of their mindset so that they can do more, be more, see more, experience more, live more, and have more. But first, starting from the peace within. So I don't want to have minions. I don't want to have a whole bunch of people just doing something because it sounds good or it look good for a trend. I want people to do what has helped them and be a part of what they can seriously and truly believe in. I don't want a whole bunch of mini-me's. I want for you to think for yourself. I want you to begin to understand yourself, understand why you like the things you like, who you like, why you like who you like, why you desire whatever fantasies or pleasures or whatever you don't desire. I want to understand your why behind it. I don't want to understand it. I want you to understand it, because if you can understand, embrace, accept, and honor yourself, your desires, your hopes, your dreams, then when it comes to looking outward, you will honor everything and everyone around you more than what you may do right now. So this isn't about creating people to think like me. This is not about creating people who operate their faith the same way I operate mine. My faith is based on my gift, my purpose, my lifestyle choices, my mindsets, my desires, the way my heart works, the way my mind works, the way I learn, the way that I am able to help and teach others. These are all the things that you understand about me that helps you to understand more about yourself. You may not be like me. We don't have the same purpose. That's why we don't have the same faith. But if you understand what makes my faith mine, and you begin to dig deep within yourself and learn yourself and grow yourself and understand what makes you and your faith operate, like meditation might be good for what God called me to do, while working protest or engineering or being an architect may be good for what God called other people to do. I can't judge what's good for them based on what's good for me. That's in spirituality, that's in faith, that's in belief, that's in respect, that's in mindset and behavior patterns. I can only expose them and expose you to the greatest version of yourself, so that you can begin to explore what's good for you, what's good for your soul journey, what's good for God's will for your life, what's your path, how you're supposed to operate your faith, what's faith for you, what's belief for you, what's healing for you. Because if we didn't experience the same things, then what's healing for you may be a trigger for me. What's healing for me may be a depressive memory or a trigger for you. So it's about honoring the individuality and allowing that to bud and connect you into the places and positions and tribes that you're supposed to be involved with. Everybody is not created to be the same. Even if everybody is created to be equal and balance is two different things, because what may be your strong point may be my weak point, but together we are balanced and we make a better whole. So I hope that is good for you. I hope it helps you grow. And here go the portion of the book that I was going to go with. You may have to have a job somewhere for a season. That season of being there could teach you something that has to do with your purpose more than it has to do with having that job. But the experience is necessary in order for you to grow and know where you need to go. I think about when I worked at a school, and I was a finance counselor at a school, online school, for about a year. That prepared me to be here That preparation allowed me to understand my vocation, what I really liked doing. I loved being on the phone and helping people understand what they wanted to do in life and why, and not just making a split decision just because the opportunity for money alone was there. Because if you do it for money alone and debt follows, then you're putting yourself in a bigger hole to be swallowed. But that door of opportunity, that season of me working at that school, prepared me, allowed my mind to venture and see what I could be doing and how I could change the world one person at a time. Where it also showed me as a team how working together brings all things together. But that was for a season. Those people were for a season. I learned those things in that season that prepared me and propelled me into what is to come. I was able to sit around and talk to Mormons and understand their livelihood and how things work for them. I was able to see how living in Arizona was so much different than living on the East Coast. I was able to experience California and the West Coast in a way that allowed me to see just how much life can be different, or that we could live differently and have more peace about the life that we have. But those were seasons to prepare me for where I would eventually go later in life. It's important to not go beyond your season or go beyond the reason and try to make it into something that is not, because that is a distraction also. If God needs you at a certain place, but you're so caught up in being somewhere else, then you'll miss the purpose and the lesson that you need to be learning for the test to get to the next level. There's always a test to get to the next level. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to have to go through something crazy or something bad in order to advance. It means that you will be faced with a challenge. Okay, so I think it was something else that I wanted to play from this. I'm gonna try to go a little bit further back and see what I can come up with. But you get it. If not, it's not meant for you. But if you understand, then you know in your spirit that you get it. And all of these things tie in. Everything in life ties in. Everything in life ties in. What do you mean? Everything in life ties in the sense to the way that you can nurture the either. They're happy to see you grow because they're, and lifetime people are normally the people that vibe to the same soul vibe that you have. People that relate to you and help you grow and challenge you though. Not people that just, they see that you got something going on, so they just tell you yes to everything. But people that don't push their beliefs on you either. They're happy to see you grow because they're growing themselves. Tell you what they think, but they're not going to try to force you to do what they would do. You have to have people around you that can nurture your soul the way that you can nurture theirs. And mentors also, if they're available. But the best mentor is the person that's able to listen and learn something from you as well, because they'll respect you for what you bring to the table, and you can respect them for what they bring to the table. And being able to respect you for what you bring to the table and respecting them for what they bring to the table, it makes for a better, solid foundation for growth. Everybody around you should be growing. Anything that's living is growing. Whether we realize it or not, growth is the goal. In our minds, in our hearts, in our souls, in every aspect of life, in every way possible. Now, are people there for a season, a reason, or a lifetime? Okay, that's all I'm going to share. I hope that was helpful. But you have to learn what's good for you and stop allowing other people to think that they can dictate or say what's good, what's healthy for you. Move based on the things that you know about yourself. Evaluate your strengths and your weaknesses within yourself, for the best of yourself. And be confident in the decisions you make as you learn more about who you are, where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, what you love, what you like, what you are into, what you're not into, what you're willing to compromise on, and what you're not willing to compromise on. You are your greatest asset. You are the best thing that you get going. Don't play yourself. Upgrade yourself. Be the best version of yourself and help others grow around you also.